want to tell me about this experience with Dagny and what's happening with her?
Golly, I don't know if I want to talk about it, but yes, this has been an interesting little ride. Our first for us in terms of taking an animal for emergency. One of the farm animals, anyway. And so Dagny gave birth to a baby and then passed her placenta. And unbeknownst to us, there was another baby inside of her that died in her and was probably in her for 36 hours or so before we became aware, because she started having contractions, pushing again. So here she is at the Michigan State University Large Animal Facility. She had a C-section last night where they cut her open and took the remains of the baby out. And now she's all drugged out and she's fighting because she's got obviously infection inside, having had a dead fetus in there for a while. And so they have her on morphine, they have her on Banamine, and there are obviously she's on a drip here just to get some saline in her, get some water in her. And we're trying to encourage her to eat a little bit because she needs to eat to get her strength up. And I imagine she's on some antibiotics as well for an infection. And it has been an interesting ride, is the experience of going through this with her. And interesting to see the process. And so that's kind of what we have going. And you can see her incision here right along her belly. It's spray painted gold.
Yeah.
Silver.
So what we're looking for her to do now is get her appetite back. We need her to start eating and kind of resuming normal function. We realize she's pretty sick, but she needs to, she's significantly sick. And yeah, in hindsight, would we have done things differently? I don't know that there's much that we could have done because she looked and appeared normal. Bumping her to see if the baby was still in there wouldn't have produced results. Even once we got her here yesterday, they did an ultrasound and really couldn't find the baby in there because of the positioning and her udder and things like that. And everything else up until that point with her had appeared normal. So yeah, short of a crystal ball, we did everything we could as soon as we found out about it, and this is where we are. And I know Dagny's got a lot of people rooting for her, a lot of people who care about her and want her to get on the mend. So we're up here visiting her. She's going to stay here at least another day by the sounds of it, unless she gets this appetite going. Could be a couple more days. And I guess the good news is once the emergency vet care, like that's already all happened. So now just the monitoring and the boarding of her and monitoring her and stuff like that. That is not the significant part of a vet bill. That's just a small amount. But there's care staff here that can monitor and keep tabs on exactly how she's progressing. So.
And she is our matriarch of the goat family for us. She is the first female, and she sort of rules the roost around there. So
we need her.
The farm's missing her already.
We need her to get back to her friends for sure.
Yeah.